Have you ever wondered how much anxiety shapes our lives? It's like an invisible puppet master, pulling the strings in the background. Anxiety is a common experience, yet it's often misunderstood and underestimated. It seeps into our daily routines, dictating our actions and decisions, sometimes without us even realizing it. Imagine this: your heart racing at the mere thought of an upcoming presentation, your mind spiraling into a vortex of what-ifs late at night, your palms sweating while you wait for a response to a simple text message. These are the unseen consequences of anxiety. Anxiety is not just a mental burden, it can manifest physically too, causing headaches, stomach issues, and even heart problems. It can be debilitating, holding us hostage within the confines of our own minds. I know this all too well. I've walked this path, felt the grip of anxiety tighten around my life. And there I was, crippled by my own thoughts and fears. Like many others, I was trapped in a cycle of fear and dread. A feeling of unease, akin to a storm brewing in the deep recesses of my mind, became my constant companion. Anxiety, a term often thrown around casually, was no longer an abstract concept but a tangible presence in my life. It was like an uninvited guest overstaying its welcome and casting a dark shadow over everything I held dear. Every waking moment was consumed by a gnawing worry, a relentless dread that seemed to seep into every crack and crevice of my existence. It was a feeling of isolation, where I was the lone actor on a stage, spotlight glaring while the world watched in silent judgment. The fear was paralyzing, a straitjacket of my own making that left me feeling helpless and trapped. My relationships suffered as I retreated further and further into my shell. Friends, family, loved ones, they all grew distant, their smiles turning into worried frowns. I could see in their eyes the questions they dared not ask. They couldn't understand, and I couldn't explain. It was a chasm that kept widening with no bridge in sight. Then there was my career, a once thriving endeavor that now seemed like an uphill battle. Deadlines became monsters, meetings were battlegrounds, and every email sent a shiver down my spine. My confidence waned, replaced by a crippling self-doubt that questioned my every decision, my every move. My life, once filled with joy and laughter, became a battlefield. Every day was a struggle, every night a marathon of restless thoughts and sleepless hours. The world seemed to spin faster, the days blurred into one another, and I was caught in the whirlwind trying to hold on. The worst part of it all, the constant state of worry, the ever-present fear, became my new normal. It was a state of living that I had reluctantly accepted, a life seen through a lens of constant fear and anxiety. But then something changed. I realized that my anxiety could be more than just a source of distress. The moment of realization dawned upon me: my anxiety could be a strength. Like a pebble rippling across a calm lake, this thought set in motion a transformative journey. It was a turning point, a pivot from despair to hope, from weakness to strength. You see, anxiety had been my constant companion, always lurking in the shadows. But the notion that it could be a source of power, not just a source of pain, was nothing short of revolutionary. It was as if the grey clouds of my self-perception had been parted, revealing a sky full of possibilities. This shift in perspective was not an overnight phenomenon. It was a gradual process of self-discovery and growth. It involved challenging old beliefs, breaking down barriers, and stepping outside of my comfort zone. But with each step on this journey, I felt a growing sense of empowerment. I began to see that anxiety, when harnessed, could make me more empathetic. It allowed me to connect with others on a deeper level, to understand their fears and hopes, their struggles and triumphs. It made me realize that we are all bound together by common threads of humanity. Anxiety could also make me more prepared. It forced me to anticipate challenges and devise strategies to overcome them. It turned me into a forward thinker, always ready to face the next hurdle with confidence and resilience. And perhaps most importantly, anxiety could make me more resilient. It taught me that I could withstand the storms of life, that I could bend but not break under pressure. It showed me that I was stronger than I had ever imagined. Understanding this was like discovering a hidden wellspring of strength within myself. It was like finding a hidden key, a key that could unlock the door to a more fulfilled and meaningful life. And so the journey began. A journey of embracing anxiety not as a weakness but as a strength. A journey of transforming fear into courage, doubt into certainty, and vulnerability into resilience. And so I began to embrace my anxiety, not as a weakness but as a superpower. Anxiety, once my greatest adversary, became my ally. It's an unconventional thought, isn't it? Yet by embracing anxiety, I discovered its hidden benefits. One of them is increased empathy. Anxiety, in its essence, is a heightened state of awareness about our surroundings and ourselves. This awareness can lead us to understand the struggles of others better, fostering empathy. In addition, embracing anxiety can lead to better preparedness. It's like having a built-in alarm system that alerts us to potential dangers, helping us plan and prepare for various situations. Anxiety, in this light, is a tool for survival, sharpening our instincts and reflexes. Moreover, anxiety can provide a greater understanding of our personal strengths and weaknesses. It forces us to face our fears, to acknowledge our limitations, and yet to find the courage to overcome them. It's like a mirror, reflecting our true selves, warts and all. And in that reflection, we find the strength to grow and improve. Anxiety, when harnessed correctly, can be a force of empowerment and strength. Anxiety, a word that once invoked fear, now represents strength. We've journeyed together, peeling back the layers of this formidable emotion. We've seen its unseen consequences, understood its personal battles, and marked the turning point where anxiety becomes a tool rather than a hindrance. We've learned to embrace anxiety, to harness its energy rather than quashing it. We've found that anxiety can be a motivator, a catalyst for change, and a source of resilience. It's not about eradicating anxiety, but rather about changing our perception of it. In reframing anxiety, we've discovered that it can be a superpower. It can push us to perform better, to strive harder, and to reach higher. It's time to stop viewing anxiety as a weakness and start seeing it as a strength, a unique capability that sets us apart. And so I leave you with this thought. Your anxiety might just be your greatest superpower.